interest, if you like, goes back probably to around 2011, 2012, and started tweeting and was kind of realising the impact of people with diabetes on Twitter, the vast amount of patients who were advocating for each other, and then there was lots of Upatha Carr type people who were brilliant advocates. And so you had this huge diabetes online community. But what there wasn't was diabetes nurses, and if you found one, you felt like you'd made a new friend because they just weren't there really on Twitter. And then within my previous role, we had a very brilliant GP who used patient access and was pushing all these kind of platforms for patients, and myself and another practice nurse wanted to do a diabetes event, so we did that with a patient participation group, and we involved a couple of people with type 1 diabetes who we'd met on Twitter really, and who were local to the area. So between us we created quite a big event which involved fundraising for Diabetes UK, but the point of it was that what could be achieved with communities. So it was a little town called Hyde, there was a patient participation group, there was the diabetes online community, and a bit of passion, and great things happened. And so from that kind of sparked a little bit more interest in what was achievable through Twitter and the online communities. And then I wanted to be able to take it forward, and I moved jobs. I moved to Stockport with a much more passionate team, if you like, a younger team. I think we'd probably all agree within any of our healthcare settings, there's still very much that hierarchy, isn't there? And there's still very much that paternalism, if you like. But on Twitter, there's none of that. It was an absolutely equal platform with lots of collaboration with healthcare professionals supporting people with diabetes, and people with diabetes absolutely sharing, as Amanda's slide showed, their lived experience of us and of their the management of the diabetes. So I boldly put myself forward to create Stockport Diabetes Facebook page, which I'll just look at my dates when I did it. It was 2016, and from that, all I wanted to be able to do was support locally people with diabetes, and to provide a forum where we could share what was happening locally, we could share who we were as a diabetes team, we could share other health events, we could share successes, patient stories if they consented to, and it kind of was a slow growth, but currently we have 563 followers, likes, and 588 followers. So I wanted to raise the profile of diabetes locally, and from a healthcare professional perspective, a couple of us were really keen to do it, but consultants, they don't like to be out there, do they? I think there's a little bit of people will find out about me or know where I live, or I don't know. There's still a fear, I think, around social media. So primarily it's myself and Jane O'Brien, who you've seen on the forum, Diabetes Specialist Midwife. And so between us, we do that. And we've got GPs following us, we have got some consultants, lots of practice nurses, lots of people with diabetes obviously, and people far and wide really. So I achieved that was good, and like Amanda, spending lots of time scheduling posts, but quite enjoy it because of the feedback that you get, usually from local stories, so the babies or any gestational diabetes mums or any pregnancies, or Jane with those twins, there's lots of posts. A current post is Tom, our new DSN, is been with the Novo cycling team yesterday, so and he has type 1 diabetes himself. So stuff like that, and I think when you share a little bit of yourselves, you do get more back from your patients. And I don't mean personal things, but it's important to know who your team are and different interests are. You know, I do the park run thing in my uniform and I don't mind being laughed at, kind of thing, but it shows who we are, it shows what we're doing as well and what we're doing to support diabetes. I've had blue wigs on and all sorts, doing bubble rush things, and you know, that kind of thing, just promoting the service, promoting diabetes and raising awareness. From that, which is the more important bit of it, we wanted to create a closed type 1 group, and we had 2 pump users who were keen to become involved with that, and there was lots of fear and trepidation about that, and I went, you know what, you're just going to have to do it. Just we'll link it to the Facebook page. We didn't want to be in it, although it kills me thinking, what are they talking about? And you know, but so they did it, and today the girls have got over 160 people from the Stockport area in their type 1 group, and that's only from last year. So we're absolutely thrilled with that, because from that, Catherine, who is one of the administrators, she gave me some information that she receives, or some of the feedback from the group, and some of the things that are said was that their own self-management was better, more importantly their mental health was better, they felt able to ask daft questions, they weren't being judged by numbers. They've set up their own blog, which one young girl who has historically had an eating disorder shared quite deep, personal, emotive things, and she shared with Catherine afterwards that to just be able to write that, and you know yourself, don't you, if you write something or reflect on something, it lifts a weight, part of that weight goes, and so for her it was very cathartic, and she felt it gave her courage. It was a platform that gave her courage to share who she was and what she was and how her diabetes had impacted on her. So they've got the blog going, and then the next thing was about meeting, and there's been some informal meetups, but on this weekend in Salford in Manchester is a JDRF event, and quite a few of them are attending that and meeting together, so I'm looking forward to all the news and the pictures from that. They feel that they are, one of the comments, that they're building their own community, and to me that just makes my heart sing, because we know that, you know, people do become isolated, and I will ask somebody, you can join, you know, join the group, just lurk, just listen, just watch, because often they are alone, aren't they, and they feel that they're the only people with type 1 diabetes. And my last 2 quotes, it's good to belong to a diabetes family, which again is lovely, and I love this group. When things are going belly up and you can't think straight, you get a friendly nudge in the right direction. And for us to have achieved that, or for the girls to achieve that, I'll have a little bit of the credit for it, but from nothing we're creating much bigger things in Stockport for our patients. Thank you.